11 free lead generation strategies. Hey, what's up? This is Pete here. And in today's video, I'm excited to share the strategies that matter whether you've been in business for just 5 minutes or 25 years, because we all need more leads in our business. We need leads in our business, right? Exactly. So without any delay, let's get into today's video. And by the way, the one thing that's crucial about today's video is that every single strategy I'm going to share with you will not cost you a penny. You can get started today for free. All right, let's do this. Number 1, consult your current clients on a deeper level. One of the most common questions that I get as a sales trainer and a business consultant is, Pete, how do we generate more leads for our business? How do I generate more leads for my business? And I always go back with the same question. Well, what are you doing to serve your current clients? Remember, the money is in the list, and also the best customers are the ones that we already have. All too often, we're looking out there for the business and trying to bring new people in. However, by being customer centric and starting with the people that we're already helping, you need to answer these questions first of all. Are we helping them on the deepest level? Have you been able to create that transformation in their life? Have you been able to create that change within your client's business and they no longer need you? The chances are that if you're already in business and you're already serving clients, the best lead gen you can start with is the leads you've already got, who are actually clients. They already know you, they probably like you, and they most definitely will trust you. They're already working with you. How you can do this is quite simply reach out to them and let them know, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Smith, by the way, I wanted to let you know that moving forward in 2021, if this is 2021 that you're watching this, I'm actually going to be helping my clients on a deeper level, thinking we could have a catch up and see if there's any more work that we can do together. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure I'm doing everything to support you and your goals. It is that simple, by reaching out to your clients, not to sell them something else, but to consult them on a deeper level and see if you're actually working with them in the long term to help them achieve their ultimate goals with you. Number 2, have a free audit and promote the audit and not your product. When it comes to sales and marketing, the product doesn't sell the product. In fact, the more we talk about our product or the more we talk about our service, the less likely we are to sell it. In fact, to reach out to new leads, or whether it's to serve your current clients on a deeper level, it's important that we're able to capture their attention in a positive way and also be able to gain their interest. Like, I never thought of this before. This is interesting, because at the end of the day, when it comes to successful selling, it's not just about having the best product or service. Far more importantly, you're able to get your target market to think on a deeper level and raise their awareness about the problem that they may have that you can solve, and also the solutions that are available to them, not talking about your product just yet. So a great place to start here is, instead of going out there and just providing the prescription, in other words, your product or service, instead create a simple audit. You can use Google Forms, and there's different software out there that you can use, and they can actually learn something about themselves. Like, wow, I did this quick audit. It took me 15 minutes. And I learned that I'm strong in this area, or that I need to improve in another area. Whether you sell skincare, whether you sell consulting, whether you sell personal training, whatever it is that you do, by having a simple audit can do the lead generation really on your behalf. And by the way, speaking of an audit, you can actually go through my sales transformation audit. A link is in the description bar below. So go through the audit and find out how your sales are going, but also see how the audit's put together and how you can implement that into your business. Number 3, have a free questionnaire on your website. People love to talk about themselves. So why don't you allow that to happen on your website? Have the questionnaire, let them fill out some answers. What are their goals? What are they currently struggling with? It almost takes care of the consultation of the meeting before you even meet somebody. By the way, going back to tip number 2, with the audit, it's a little bit more in depth because they get to learn something new about themselves. But if you don't want to go to that length to start with, having a questionnaire as your lead opt-in on the website can be a real game changer. Now, you've got to give something free, like a PDF download, or maybe a strategy call with you, or basically something that's valuable to them. But believe it or not, by having a questionnaire with some well thought out questions, it can empower your prospects to say, wow, let me actually fill out this questionnaire and find out a little bit about myself. Just make sure that there's something valuable for them as a result of filling out that questionnaire. Number 4, survey your audience. So instead of taking the position of feeling you're having to sell to your audience, instead you take the position of researching your audience. So you create a survey which asks what they feel their challenges are, their perceived problems, what goals they want to achieve, where they see themselves in 6 months, and then you send it out to your target market. Now, number one, this can also include your current clients, but I'd have a slightly different survey for them. But number two, if you're wondering, well, Pete, how do I actually reach out to more people? You can use social media. You can ask, hey, who would take 10 minutes just to answer some industry-related questions? Most of the time when I see surveys, it's surveys about themselves. So say, for example, a consultant will send out a survey saying, hey, would you mind doing this survey based upon me? And that survey is geared around what their audience think of them as the consultant, whether they like them, whether they don't like them. That can work, but it's going to capture a much smaller pool of people. Yet, if you do an industry survey, where you find out more, where you ask broader questions that are based on industry that aren't actually related to you, you're going to learn so much more. And you can put that on LinkedIn as an example, or Facebook if your market is there, and you'll be amazed the amount of people that will come back to you anonymously and give you an answer. Number 5, run a free challenge. Now, when it comes to the word challenge, I don't really like it because everybody uses the word challenge. Just because everybody does it, it doesn't mean it's wrong. Yet, I prefer using different words and different terminology because it allows you to escape the red ocean of everybody else trying to do what you do. However, the reality is that challenges work, whether it's a 5-day challenge, a 3-day challenge, or a 30-day challenge. Take one component of what you do, turn it into a challenge, and then from there, put it out to your marketplace, serve them deeply for that period of time. And then by the end of that challenge, some of those people will want to take that natural next step of working with you. Number 6, run a paid masterclass. Yep, for this one, it's not only free, you can also get paid for it. Now, I'm all for the previous tip, which is the free challenges. However, sometimes you want a higher level of audience, so it might be a much smaller group, maybe 5 or 20 people. And now you're charging somewhere from £50 to £99. It might just be £25, but you run it as a paid masterclass. And you say, I'm going to be running this online training. It's going to be on Zoom. You can ask me questions. And then from there, I can answer those questions in a Q&A, but I'm going to run a masterclass on this specific topic. Maybe it's on lead generation, or maybe it's on how to do well with Pinterest or Instagram, who knows? But my point is that you don't necessarily need to go down the challenge route when you can run a paid mastermind. What I like about a paid mastermind is that it can be a one-off event. So it can be a 90-minute program or a 2-hour program. It could be a 45-minute class for all you know. And from there, few of those people will naturally want to take the next step with you. They've already taken the first level of commitment by paying you a little bit of money, so they'll be more likely to go into that consultation with you to ultimately work with you on that transformational level. Number 7, host an industry networking event. So it could be something like Zoom, speed networking, but I will share how I got started with my business years and years ago before social media. And I thought to myself, how do I get out to this industry? How do I get on stage and become a speaker at all these different industry events? Nobody was listening to me at all. And I'm just like, what can I do? And there are a number of things that I did, which I share in other videos, which really worked for me. There's lots of things I did that didn't work, but one of them that worked really well was that I decided to run an industry networking event, because the industry I was working with, they all loved networking. So I was living in London, so I was in a good location for it. And I actually collaborated with a local business that had a conference room where I agreed to train their team for free. In return, I could use their conference room for free. I managed to get about 30 business owners to attend. The great thing was the first hour was networking, so they all got to talk and get to know each other and get to pass business cards around. And then the second hour was my show, where I was able to talk to them about sales transformation in their business. As a result of that, I was able to pick up some clients along the way and build a little bit of name for myself. Now, of course, in the current world, we can't necessarily do things face to face, but certainly a quick route to market is to become the host for an industry networking event. Now, as the host of the event, you get to run the event how you want. Make it about them though. That's the reason why they're there. And then it will instantly increase your authority because you're the one running the industry networking event. Number 8, help 3 people or companies within your target market and turn it into a mini series. Now think about this. Most people and companies are evidence-based when it comes to their buyer behavior. They want to see that you're able to get the result for somebody else. Instead of going out there and trying to sell, just say, right, I'm going to help 3 people or companies, if you work with companies, and I'm going to document the whole thing and turn it into a mini series, put it on YouTube, put it on LinkedIn, wherever your target market is. And I'm actually going to track and show the transformation I create for these people. And then from there, the series becomes your marketing for the future. So whenever anybody says, well, how can you help me? And you say, well, you don't ask me, ask these other people or companies that I've helped already. Just check out the series that I created. It doesn't need to be high quality, it doesn't need to be a professional camera crew. Sometimes shot on a phone is actually the best and most watchable of all. Number 9, run a campaign to help local companies or communities. This is probably the most underrated tip that I've got for you today. In a world where we're so connected around the world and we can have clients on the other side of the globe, one of the things that we may have forgotten in today's world is that sometimes the best business is the one that's already on your doorstep. While everybody is trying to run Facebook ads that reach people in different parts of the planet, instead you can run an ad, which is a paid thing, and you can promote only to your local community. However, if you want to do this for free, think about what you can do to help local companies or a certain community or group of people in your local area right now, because the chances are you don't need thousands of clients. You don't even need 150 clients. I bet you could have 25, 30 clients and be running a very successful business. And maybe those clients are not any further than 2 miles away from your front door. So instead of thinking globally, let's get back to thinking locally, because helping locally, I believe, is one of the most exciting prospects for the future of marketing. Number 10, collaborate with strategic partners. I get it. It can be tough to generate leads, even with everything that I've shared today. However, what if I was to say to you that you don't even need to generate the actual lead? What if somebody else can do it on your behalf? So what I mean by this is, if you're a graphic designer, instead of trying to go out and get your own graphic design clients, instead, a great idea can be to call 100 graphic design companies and say, I thought I'd give you a call, hope you can help me. I was wondering if you work with any freelance or you work with any external graphic designers. And the reason why I say this is because I'm currently partnering with graphic design companies and helping them on any additional projects that they might have. And you'll be amazed how a certain number of companies will be like, no, we're not interested. But some will say, actually, we've just brought in this big project right now. We're working with Tesco, or we're working with BP, or we're working with Rolls-Royce, and we would love some support from you. So instead of always trying to get your own leads, think about the strategic partners that could already exist in your marketplace. And finally, number 11, actually have a lead generation strategy. Everything I've shared with you today can be a total game changer. The problem is, if you try and do all of it and you don't have a deeper plan or strategy behind it, they just simply become more tactics that we try in our business and unfortunately will unlikely translate into anything real in terms of lead generation. It's really important to step back, look at your strategy, ask why you're doing what you do, what is the long-term goal you're trying to achieve, and how do these activities align with your greater vision. It's truly important that we develop a better strategic mind when it comes to business. That is everything. However, by doing so, the chances are you might only need 1, maybe 2 or 3 of the strategies I've shared with you today, and you can be generating highly qualified leads into your business and thinking, oh my goodness, this is the business I've always wanted to run. So thank you so much for checking out today's video. Make sure you comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and also let me know how you're getting on. I'll see you in the next one.